Hello, hello. I had to start over because I forgot to start my voice recording because I'm recording with my laptop. So if the quality is not the best on video, I apologize. But yeah, we're doing another one. Welcome to Brian Talks, episode 2. Total number of episodes is 16. So welcome. I'm Brian. Happy Friday. Hope you guys all had a wonderful work week. I'm trying to look at the camera, not myself. But yeah, we're gonna just go right into it. So I'll just give a little week rundown of sorts. Work has been insanely busy. Like, insanely busy. But, I mean, it's not a bad thing for work to be busy because it makes the days go fast and I have work to do for my job and I have a job. So I try to tell myself that when I get a little overwhelmed, like, you have a job. Be thankful you have a job and you have work to keep your job, you know? So, with the microphone stuff. So I'm using these nice blue Yeti microphones that I got. They work great. I got a new soundboard and I did figure out how to connect these to the soundboard so I can record on my phone. But the sound sounded awful through my headphones. It was super crackly and it did not sound good at all. So I'm still working on that, and I got the new soundboard, which is freaking badass looking. It is crazy. I probably don't even need half the functions it does, but it's really nice, and I might just keep it, or I might send it back, but we'll see. The cords I bought that I mentioned in my other episode, they're the wrong cords. I think I'm going to keep those because they could come in handy at some time, so we'll see how that goes. But I am going to hold on to those and the soundboard for right now. Let's see, what else? Oh, I was going to say, too, I've actually been enjoying these last few rainy days. It just makes me want to, after work, just be all cozy and watch movies and just relax. It's relaxing weather, reading weather, movie watching weather, and I've been really liking it. Today it was cloudy, and now it kind of cleared up, and the sun's out, so it is nice to see the sun as well. It got sunnier as I was driving home from work, so whoop whoop for the sun. With work, I have to start doing CEs, like continuing education, for my pharmacy certification, my pharmacy tech certification, because you have to recertify every 2 years, so you do these CEs to earn credits, and I have to do 20 credits, and by just doing these courses that I purchase or however I go about it, I can get this package this package thing through this thing called Power Pack. So I think I'm going to do that. That's what one of my coworkers uses, and she seems to really like it. So I'm going to do that, get these CEs done here, because I have my certification expires at the end of June. And I go on vacation at the end of June, so I need to have it done by then, and 2, I want to have it done before then. So I'm going to start that this next coming week and get these credits knocked out. I also have this yearly frickin' training paperwork I have to do for work, and there's a frickin' crap ton of paper, and I'm just like, ugh. And so they said they wanted that done at the end of June. So I'm going to try to find time at work to do that, like an hour a day or something, so I don't have to do it here at home on my own free time. But we'll see how that goes, So that's really all my week rundown. So going into another little thing I wanted to share. So every morning for as long as I can remember, probably since I've been driving, I have listened to, I might have already talked about this, but I'm going to talk about it again. I've been listening to The Big Party Show on Channel 94.1, a local radio station here in Omaha. And I think in February, I was driving on my way to work, and it was just a new show with one of the original hosts from The Big Party Show and a new host. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? What happened? And every time, I don't think they really gave a very detailed description of what happened on the radio. They kind of just vaguely said it, but I kept missing it because at that time I didn't have the app downloaded. So I missed it every time they said it because I would be working and I'd be listening to something else. So I'm like, crap, what happened? I don't like this. It just was a weird change, get so used to listening to something every morning. And I looked forward to listening to this show because I loved all the hosts. They were so funny. They had such good chemistry, and I just loved the vibes, and it made me laugh. And it was just a great listen on my way to work in the morning. So that just abruptly ended in February. So I've been listening to the new show, the DeGan and Jen show, which it's okay. I mean, it's not horrible. I still have been listening to it. I haven't found anything else I want to listen to. One, I don't want to divert away from the Channel 94.1 one because I'm so used to listening to them, but maybe I'll find a new morning show, but we'll see. For now, I'm just going to listen to the Jen and DeGan's show. But on Wednesday, I was on Facebook or Instagram, and I saw a story from somebody, and I'm like, oh, who's this? I don't know why. I forgot who it was for a minute. And I clicked on it, and I noticed it was Molly from The Big Party Show, and she had a link to a new episode, and I was like, a new episode? What? So I clicked the link, and The Big Party Show and Molly are back on a podcast of The Big Party Show. So it's called Big Party Show with Molly, or excuse me, The Big Party Show with Molly. Blah, my gosh. The Big Party Show with Big Party and Molly. And that made my absolute day. I could not wait to get to work the next day and listen to them. Oh, I just love it. I love it. They're so funny. They have such good chemistry. They're friends in real life, and they've been friends for years and years and years. And they're through a local media company here in Omaha called Hurrdat, Hurrdat, Hurrdat One Media. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, maybe I could get into Hurrdat, you know, because they do stuff with podcasts, local podcasters here in Omaha and all that. So I might continue to keep doing this by myself and keep teaching myself how to do stuff and edit stuff, but maybe eventually I could reach out to them, because I did get on their site and kind of just looked at the site and see what they offered, and they have podcast services, marketing, and all these things. So I might reach out to them in the near future to see if I could be part of that, just see what all entails what it entails, and you can do a consultation with them, I think, and they'll give you some feedback and all that. So I am so cool that I stumbled upon that. I think it's downtown, and then they have a Hurrdat Bar and Grill over here in La Vista, which is, I technically live in La Vista, Nebraska, but and Abby Lee Miller from Dance Moms is actually here this weekend at the Hurrdat Bar and Grill over here in La Vista, hosting her first live episode of her podcast. And they had Big Party Show had her on their actual podcast the other day, so they chatted with her. I've been listening from the very beginning since I came in late. There's like, I think 27 episodes, I want to say, of the Big Party Show on the podcast. And so I started at episode 1. Well, I started at the advertisement or whatever. The trailer is what I was trying to say. I started on the trailer and then been listening to the episodes so I can catch up and be ready to go. They post every Monday, Wednesday, Friday on all platforms. They also have YouTube through Hurrdat Media. Oh my gosh, why can I not say Jeez Louise, I'm sorry, guys. But anyways, I really love it. It's just taking me back. I really miss them. I emailed them regarding a topic they talked about that I actually talked about last Friday. Big Party talked about the whole, like, mouth noise and stuff, and it's actually called misophonia. So that is, I definitely have that. Like, self-diagnosing myself with misophonia right now. And maybe you guys all have it too, or some of you. So if you do, sorry. Let's get to the Let's Talk segment. So today we are gonna talk about music, and music is in my daily life every single day. Music is a passion of mine. I absolutely love it. I've been very involved in music in high school. I've done some stuff in my adult years with music. So I auditioned a couple years ago for a local choir. One of my friends that was a big music geek with me in high school, that I was in show choir with, and we did theater together and all that stuff. Totally a theater show choir geek here, and I'm proud of it. Music buff, music geek. I like to think that I can sing. I did choir and stuff all through elementary school, junior high school, and I was a musical theater major in college. I did not graduate from college, but I was a musical theater major at Clark University in Dubuque, Iowa. A wonderful experience, I will say, though. It was fantastic experience. I absolutely loved it. And I actually went there with one of my old high school friends named Laura. She went there the year after graduating high school. I took a year off and then went the following year, I think 2009. And we had a blast together. It was great. But I got a little homesick and just a wimpy story, whatever. I ended up coming back home, and I was only there for, I think, 6 months. But regardless, that 6 months was one of the best times of my life. It was fantastic. I met amazing people, had great friends. My teachers were awesome. It was a great school, very well known for their theater department, and it was just the best. It was the absolute best. So music has always been a big part of my life. My dad loves music. My mom loves music. My dad was in choir when he was in high school and stuff, and my dad can carry a nice tune. He has a nice singing voice. I'm pretty sure that's where I get it from. And my mom's not much of a singer. She likes to sing, but she didn't do choir or nothing when she was in high school. So I definitely got that like performing side from my dad, but I took it even further than what my dad did. So it's nice to share that. And I'm always sharing music with my mom and dad and showing them new artists and introducing them to new styles, and some they like, some they don't, obviously, just like anybody. So it's awesome. So I grew up with music by my mom always playing music. On the weekends, she had music blaring, and it would be like Dolly Parton, Tammy Wynette, Loretta Lynn, Martina McBride, Trisha Yearwood. It was a lot of country, which I didn't mind at all. I like country. I go through many different genres of music when I listen to it. But it just was a huge part of my childhood, and I just absolutely fell in love with it. So starting in elementary school, I did little auditions for around the town choir thingies where we would go to old folks' homes, and I did some talent shows, and I started show choir in junior high in 7th grade, which it wasn't as big of a thing as it was when I got to high school, but it was so fun. And just the same group of us were pretty much 7th and 8th, and then 8th grade we had to audition for the show choir for high school. Well, I ended up being sick the day of auditions for show choir, and I was completely bummed. And I will say my music teacher at the time, we didn't get along very well for whatever reason. I tended to be a chatty Cathy, and I got in trouble a lot for talking, so imagine that, and here we are. I just happened, the day the list was posted, I was like, I'm going to look anyways, And so I looked, and my name was on there, and I'm like, what? Like, how did I get this? I didn't even audition. So I spoke to the high school choir teacher. I reached out to her, and I asked her, I was like, how did I get a spot on the, show choir team? And she's like, I talked to your music teacher, and he gave some really good feedback about you, so we added you to our show choir. And I'm like my jaw dropped. I was like, what? Like, Mr. Wild talked to you and said good things about me? Like, I actually thought he hated me. But maybe he just saw I had some talent, so he liked my talent, but really not my attitude. I don't know. And so, yeah, I ended up being in show choir starting my freshman year. There it goes again. And then I did it all through high school. I went from how they'd have junior varsity sports and then varsity. There's kind of the same thing with show choir. They had junior varsity show choir, and then I made the varsity my sophomore year, so I was on that for 2 years. Then I was on the JV for 2 years, and then we had an all-female show choir. And another time, best times of my life, our show choir was pretty damn good. It was called Free Spirit for the varsity, and then In Motion for the other ones. In Motion did do some competitions, but Free Spirit was way, way bigger at the competitions, and met so many wonderful people from all around, locally, from Iowa, from other states, and just incredible time. We were pretty damn good, and it was just awesome. It was a lot of work. We had rehearsals during lunch every day, so we pretty much had 15-minute lunch, and then we had to come to the choir room, practice for 15 minutes, and then go to class. And then I think, if I'm remembering, we had rehearsal 2 nights a week during the week on Tuesdays and Thursdays for 2 or 3 hours, I think. And then 2 weeks before school started, we had a little boot camp, and we would meet with our choreographers, start learning our music, and start learning some choreography before school even started. And so, yeah, it was a lot of work, but so worth it. It was so worth it. And one of the quotes that sticks to me to this day that my Miss Hendricks, one of the best music teachers I've ever had, was, instead of practice makes perfect, she would say practice makes permanent. And I still hold true to that to this day. And I like it better than practice makes perfect. I like practice makes permanent because it's so true. The more you do something, the more it's going to stick, and the more you're going to remember, that arm movement and that note of that song. And it's just a very true statement, and I will carry that on forever. And so you guys take that with you as well. Quoted by my music teacher, Miss Hendricks, in 06 to 08. Well, I started high school in 04, but that's 06 to 08 was when I was in Free Spirit. And so, wonderful time. We actually went and performed in Epcot in Florida at Walt Disney World, and we did absolutely horrible. And I think there were only 6 acts, and I think we got 5th place, but there were some damn good acts. Oh my gosh, I don't know the details of how we even got to go there, but we had that competition, and just to say I performed in Epcot on the stage was is just so cool. You know, it's so cool that I can say I did that. And that's actually when we saw our first a cappella group perform, and oh my god, I cannot remember the name. I just remembered this. I don't know, but they were awesome. I'll try to revisit that on a later episode and just tell you guys the name. They were really good, and that made me fall in love with a cappella, obviously, being a music geek. But we didn't do good with that, but it was just an all-around great experience, and I will never forget that. And then we also got passes to all the parks to go to when we weren't rehearsing and weren't competing, so we got to go to Epcot, Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, and what's the other one? Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, Epcot. Oh, I don't know why I can't remember this. Space Mountain? I think that's just a ride, though. I don't know, but we got to go to all 4 parks, and it was just absolute blast. And then we also did a performance in Minnesota, Hastings, Minnesota, and we got to go to Mall of America on our time off for, I think we only went there for a day, and I think we were only there for a couple days, a day to perform, a day for Mall of America, and then we came home, and we took a charter bus to a lot of our competitions that were locally. Obviously, we took a plane to Florida, so... oh yeah, so I'll go back to that audition. I think I did it a year, I think maybe 2 years now. I don't even know with time, you guys. I don't know. But I auditioned and super, super nervous, like insanely nervous. I haven't auditioned for something up until then for like, oh God, I've been out of high school for 16 years. So not to age myself, but a long time, like a very, 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 very long time. So nervous. The guy was so nice. It was the Master Chorale, I think it's called, here in Omaha, and I went and auditioned at Sing Omaha. So he told me, he's like, I'm not telling you no. And I told him, I was like, I haven't trained my voice professionally. I mean, I sing every day. I'm singing songs on the radio, songs I play. Like, I'm constantly listening to music. But I don't do like the scales and warm-ups and all that. And I could look at YouTube videos, you know, and do all that and retrain my voice, which I didn't lose it, but, you know, like intonation and pronunciation and all that stuff. But he was like, I'm not telling you no. He's like, I want you to work on your intonation, which I believe, I always get this confused with another thing, but I think it means like the flow, instead of me like singing like each word, but you know, it's like, you know, you flow into each note in each word. And I was just so nervous, so I was like, my country days are they. I mean, I sounded way better than that, but I was like so staccato with it, like, But yeah, he's like, I'm not telling you no, I want you to go work on your intonation. And he gave me some like exercises to do and told me I could just look up YouTube videos and stuff like that. And he told me to come back and audition in August, because I think I auditioned in January, I want to say. And then they have another audition session in August. So he told me to come back and audition in August that year. Well, I did not go back and audition. And music lessons are on a forefront of something I want to get back into, which I plan to do start up this year. So through Sing Omaha or something, I've been singing music lessons. Like, there's just a billboard I saw the other day off L Street here in Omaha. And then there was some business cards on our break room table at work for a lady who does music lessons. And then I drove by a place in downtown Papillion that does music lessons just a few weekends ago. I'm like, what is going on? So I think this is a sign. Like, it's my time, you know, it's my time to shine. Also, side note too, with being just so musically and stuff, I would love to like host a radio show or broadcast, not so much DJ like, but I want to like just be a radio host and play your songs on your ride home from work, and, you know, be that person that you hear on the morning and like the Big Party Show or something like that. But not just like, I want to do that, and I want to do the podcast, but I would like to like be in a studio and work for a radio station. I just think that would be so awesome. I've looked into classes at Iowa Western and Metro here. And Iowa Western has a lot of the classes because they actually have a radio station there. 89.7 The River is through the Iowa Western Community College. So they have like those programs, I think, a little more than what Metro did, but they offered great things. And just even small classes like how to edit and how to do this. And it's just crazy the classes they offer now. But yeah, so that brings to New Music Friday. So Allie and AJ, which I absolutely love them, love them, came out with a new album called Silver Deliverer. And they said this is kind of like an era change for them. So I did listen to that album today. It's alternative-y, but it's like kind of mellowy, folky, like very calm music. There's no like big like loud drumming, and it's just very chill, very, very chill, and I did like it. Their album We Don't Stop, I absolutely love it. That was from 4 years ago, maybe 5. And anytime I cook or I bake, I play We Don't Stop album by Ali and AJ, because it just takes me to a place and I just escape and sing every single song while I'm baking or cooking. And the first time I did it, I made homemade chocolate chip banana bread from my aunt's, or I think it was my aunt's recipe, I think. But I added the chocolate chips, but it was just the most vibey baking session I had. So ever since then, anytime I'm like, I want to bake something or I'm cooking a good dinner, I always play that album and I love it. And then this last time I cooked, I think I cooked dinner. I didn't bake anything, but I listened to We Don't Stop, and then I listened to Ali X album, Cape God. Love that album too by Ali X. So I was like, okay, now I have another cooking album and baking album. It's Cape God by Ali X and We Don't Stop by Ali and AJ. Listen to them both. Cape God is like alternative music too. A little more maybe like rocky tones to it a little bit. I don't know. It's a fantastic album. So listen to those albums. I recommend them to you guys. Faux show. Josh Groban has a new album out, and it's called Gems, which I didn't listen to it. Yeah, well, I listened to a podcast today, so I didn't listen to that whole album because I noticed there were songs on there that I've heard bazillions of times. Like, if you guys know Josh Groban, the song You Raise Me Up. So I'm thinking this is kind of like his version of like a re-recording of his popular songs and like a greatest hits type of album, because it's called Gems, like gems, like they're good, they're those hidden gems. This song is a gem. So I didn't listen to that, but I definitely will, because I love him and I haven't listened to him in actually a while, so definitely need to revisit that. Casey Musgraves has a new single called Lost Highway. I did kind of zone out because I was working, but if you like Casey Musgraves, listen to it. It's so Casey Musgraves, like it gives me that old country type of vibe, like Loretta Lynn type sound, and it's just, she's sticking to her nature, and I love her. I think she's a wonderful songwriter and music artist. The All American Rejects had a single called Sandbox, and it was all right. I mean, I'll have to listen to it again. They definitely have their sound, their normal sound, that you're used to, and they haven't come out with anything in a long time. So, but it was all right. I'll just give it another listen, maybe in the car where I can like have it up and cruise in. Puddle of Mudd had a single come out. I'm sorry I didn't put these on here because I listened to them after I had already made my outline. But I did like that. So if you like Puddle of Mudd, check out their new single. There is a musical that Idina Menzel wrote and produced and directed, I believe. I could be wrong on the directed part. It just hit Broadway a month ago, maybe at the most. And it's called Redwood, and it's based around a redwood tree that she, I think, went on a hike one day and saw this tree and just was in awe about it because it's like 1,000 years old or something, and it was just giant, and it inspired her. There's more to that story, so definitely look into that if you care to look into that background. It's a beautiful story. And Idina Menzel is who played the original Elphaba in Wicked with Kristen Chenoweth, who played Glinda. So fell in love with her from then. She was in the movie Rent. She was Maureen in Rent for the movie, the DVD movie, which love, classic movie, classic musical movie. I have also seen Rent at the Orpheum here in Omaha for the Broadway stuff. Oh, so good. Like, if you guys, oh my God, the part where Angel dies I cried, you guys. The stage, it was a beautiful. It was so sad, though. It was so sad. They're slowly releasing songs from their original Broadway cast recording that is coming out June 20th, I think. And I cannot wait for it to come out. I've seen so many snippets of songs on my Instagram because I've been just obsessed with this, and I cannot wait. And I hope one day it comes to here in Omaha. It won't come for a while because it's so new. And when it comes, it'll probably be a completely different cast, but maybe it'll be the Idina Menzel cast, but we'll see. There's a song on there too that this guy sings with Idina, and it's pretty much like, if you're gonna be mad, get mad. If you're gonna cry, cry. If you're happy, be happy. And all that's pretty much like, while you're alive, live your life. Live every moment. And his voice is incredible. I will have to get back down on his name with that because, oh God, his voice is just awesome. I think I started following him on Instagram, so I'll get back to that too. I should have written that down, but I wanted to add Redwood because I wanted to talk about it, so that was kind of an afterthought as well. Good music this week. I haven't listened to some new music. I don't think I listened to any new music last week, so I kind of did a little catch up, which most everything I mentioned today just dropped today. So, I listened to Dove Cameron has a single called French Girls. She has an incredible voice, you guys. Dove Cameron's Disney girl, you know, from Liv and Maddie and all that. Kind of after my time of Disney, but I know the show. I've seen the show. I've watched it before when I had cable at the time, and she just has an incredible singing voice. She definitely came into her own. She's a gorgeous, gorgeous woman, and it's a good song. It's pop, you know, and it's cute. It's kind of, I think it's inspired by Titanic, like Draw Me Like One of Your French Girls. So if you like her, definitely go listen to that too. But yeah, if anything caught your ear, go ahead and listen to everything I just mentioned. Ali and AJ, Silver Deliverer album, and then their We Don't Stop album, so good. And Ali X, Cape God, like G-O-D, Cape God. And then Casey Musgrave's new single, Lost Highway. And then Redwood soundtrack did come out with the song Littlewood. I haven't listened to that yet, and I'm pretty sure it's one of them that I came across on my Instagram. So definitely check that out if you are a musical type of person. The All American Rejects, their single Sandbox, you know, if you're a fan of them, I'm going to still keep up with them because I love All American Rejects. That just takes me back to my high school days, y'all. Just nostalgia. That's all it is. It's great nostalgia. It reminds me of my friends, my high school friends, which I am friends with a lot of them still. So that is the end of Let's Talk, y'all. We talked. Music is great. Music is a wonderful, wonderful thing. It can help when you're sad, mad, angry, happy, you know, anything, any emotion. There's music for any type of emotion, and there's songs that are just so relatable. And even if a song is relatable to you, I could relate to it in such a different way. And that's just the beauty of music, you guys. Like, so go listen to music this weekend. Go sing your little heart out this weekend, and maybe do a little dance and record it and send it to me, okay? That is it. I did want to give a little weekend rundown, which one of my things just got canceled. So I was going to go to this fundraiser in Wahoo that my aunt wanted us to support her for the VFW, for the vets, because she makes these baskets, and she was going to sell some of her baskets to raise money for them. Well, she texted me this afternoon that she's not going to make it there because her grandson, my little cousin, has a track meet. So she's going to go support her little grandson at his track meet. How cute. I'm thinking next episode, if I have enough stuff to go off of, you know how I touched on music and books and that in my other one. This one I really wanted to focus on music because I just love it, and I don't know, maybe give you guys a little background on my little musical background. I can't really play instruments. My voice is my instrument. Okay. Yeah, so next one, I think if I have enough content to go off of, I will talk about more books, do a little more kind of blissful bantery episode, but it's not blissful banter, it's Brian Talks. I'll review some books, maybe go over some podcasts, some TV shows, some food, some movies. We haven't really been listening or watching anything new because we kind of get stuck in our own little ways, and especially if we're just sitting here relaxing, we put on something for the background that is just, you know, we've seen it bazillions of times, or some Food Network show that we love. And Matt will play his game and I'll read, or, you know, we play on our phones or something we don't have to pay attention to. So that is going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you have a fantastic weekend and a wonderful work week next week. The question, if you made it to the end of this video, is what kind of music did your parents listen to that you grew up with? And is music a big part of your life? Like, music is a daily part of my life. I constantly have, if I'm in the car, obviously there's music. If the TV's not on at home, music is playing, whether it's on the radio or it's on my little Google Hub, or I'm playing it on a Bluetooth speaker or something. You know, I'm always playing or listening to some type of music. So with that, you guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, and just thank you for everything. And I hope you enjoyed this, and do something kind this weekend. Do something nice for someone, or even for yourself. Do something kind and nice for yourself. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.